mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity, it ain't no friend to me.
What's up out there, family and friends? It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, coming to you again with another edition of Motivational Monday. Woo! For all my replayers, please allow me about a minute and a half as I share this to all my social media outlets. And for you all that's starting to pop in here, say what's up to your boy. I'm starting to see the eyes go ahead and start to add up already. So if you would, holler at your boy and let me know who is out here. Let me get on the right screen so I can see those comments. I'm about to share this out myself. So holler at your boy if you're out there. Hey, Antoinette Marie, thank you for joining us. Future DON, what's going on? Yeah, your boy is back, rested, and ready to break this bread up today. I see some more eyes out there, man. Y'all holler at your boy. I missed y'all the last 2 weeks. Facebook user, I can't see your name. Who is this? Sound like something Coach T would say. Facebook user, holler at your boy. I don't know why I can't see it right now, but maybe it'll pop up later. Write your name in there for me if you would. Be phenomenal. So I want to make sure I can recognize you and call you by name. I'm just over here talking. I haven't shared anything yet. So let me share this out right now to all my outlets and to my contacts. And if you all would, please type a name or two in the box. Send it to your grandmama and them. Let them know that the motivational teacher has just gone live. And tonight, man, just for a brief moment, episode 101. Suave, what's up, bro? Episode 101. We're about to break this bread. The power of a thought. The power of a thought. So I'm looking forward to getting into this one tonight. And I know I've been gone the last 2 weeks, so I am doubly excited about getting into this conversation tonight. I know on Bridging the Nations yesterday, this was the first time I've been in my seat in almost 2 weeks. I could be up front. I had a big speaking engagement that I had 2 weeks ago. And then last week we were on vacation. So the last 2 weeks I've been out of pocket. But your boy is here now and ready to get with it. So if you would, type a name in, share this to somebody. Give me 10 seconds and we're about to get going live with this word because it's going to be phenomenal. All right, thank y'all for joining me this afternoon. Episode 101, Awaken Your I Am. Tonight, I want to talk about one thought, but I'm about to break bread. The power of a thought. Thank y'all for joining me tonight, man. I really missed y'all the last 2 weeks. I know this is going to be phenomenal based on that. Please share this, like this, host something. I got to get into this conversation right now. Tonight is a conversation, man. Talk back to me in the chat box, man. You have a great thought that can bless the people. Drop it out there. Or even if you have a question, I'm going to kind of monitor the chat box as I go tonight also. The power of a thought. I see right here we're on Facebook user. We're on YouTube. We're on Periscope. And when I think about the power of a thought, I'm looking at Facebook right here. And Facebook was a thought from the mind of Zuckerberg. It is a thought from a person who had an idea of what can be, or hey, Angelique, or what can be if I use my imagination and mix it with that thought. We just came back from a nice vacation. Airbnb. Hey, Lisa, it's the power of a thought. A lot of the inventions or a lot of the ideas since the dot-com movement in 2000 has been the manifestation of somebody trusting their thoughts. Come on, man. I'm going to break bread right here tonight. A lot of what we see today is the results of somebody. That Ford car that you're driving right now is the result of what was in Henry Ford's mind with that Model T. It took him time. It took him ingenuity. It took him imagination. But at the genesis of that Model T was a thought, the power of one thought. And tonight I want to simplify what a thought is, because sometimes we make a thought so complex, or we make thinking so complex that it becomes a multi-level scheme that one has to be gifted in order to manifest. Come on, man. I'm gonna break bread. I'm setting this up right now. Rashad, thank you for joining us, bro. Hey, right now I gotta lay this foundation because we've been taught that only the elect can be billionaires, can be millionaires. We've been taught that only a special group in our church can walk in the blessing. We've been taught that only one or two people that look like you, your color, your gender, on your job or in your career or on your business. We've been told that only a select few can be the ones to do something great in that genealogy, in that or in that family tree, that there's only one that can be something great. I got to lay this foundation of the power of a thought. Microsoft was the power of a thought. It was somebody who had the ingenuity and the imagination to take one idea and say, man, I can work with this. I think about Bezos and Amazon, who failed over and over and over and over again. But I got one more thought. Come on, man. Come on, man. But he had one more thought. I know I had 30 thoughts that failed in the past, but I got one more thought. Oh, I'm coming right where you are. And so when we're thinking about the power of a thought, when you look at a thought at its core, the power of a thought, listen to your boy, don't shout me down right now. The power of a thought is energy. The power of a thought is energy, which mankind has at his disposal. Come on, man. One more thought. Thought is currency. It's energy that you have at your disposal, because you're made in the image and likeness of your daddy. He had one thought: let me make man in my image and my likeness. He had one thought: let there be light, and there was light. All in the creation, we always see are thoughts that, let me check. All we see is energy manifested through a thought that now becomes manifestation on this earth. Think of a thought as energy. Come on, man. Think of a thought as currency. Think of a thought as something that is unique and special to each man to have at his or her own disposal. A thought is energy. And we marvel at the greats. We look at the life that some of the greats live. I know one of my mentor, I look at John Maxwell and I see the legacy that he's left over years, but all of those are thoughts. Some of those are his original thoughts, and some of those are energy that he received from other people around him. That's why you got to have, Keisha said it yesterday, OQP, you got to have only quality people around your circle. A thought is energy. Come on, man. Thank you, Lisa. A thought is energy. It like a thought reveals where my energy is going, whether consciously or so. I'm the motivational teacher to the masses, man. I'm telling you, this stuff, you can hear people talk about this, but you only gonna get it this way on these Motivational Mondays. You better tell mama and them they better get on here, because if you want to change your life tonight, mama, cousin them, you better join this dude tonight, because he's talking about the energy that we reflect back into the earth by our own thinking. What a person thinks is the mainspring of their actions. Come on, man. What a person thinks is the mainspring of their actions. You know, I live in Atlanta. And there have been so many black on black crimes here within the city of Atlanta over the last year and a half that is just is mind-boggling. Even Keisha Lance Bottom, the mayor here, has had to go and hire more police officers. She's had to put people on corners. She's had to do all these different maneuvers in order to in order to hinder some of the crime and some of the, not even crime, the killing of black on black crime. And so it makes the motivational teacher to the masses think what kind of energy, and all of them are young black males, mainly. What kind of energy, what kind of thoughts must be reflected in the mind of our young black males in this society, in Atlanta? I can't speak for the world. In Atlanta, that I see a person that looks like me and I don't find enough value in that person not to even allow them to live their own life. That tells me that the thought going through the person that's pulling the trigger, that they think very, very little of themselves, that I can look at somebody that look like me and take their life and not see my life reflected from my own lens when I look at them. Come on, man. It's the thinking that perpetuates this behavior. It's the energy that perpetuates this behavior. You mean to tell me that we're fighting about a block that neither one of us own? I'm killing you because you're standing on a block you're not supposed to be on, and neither one of us own the block. It's the thinking that perpetuates their behaviors. What a person thinks is the mainspring of their actions. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm coming right down your house. The reason why some people don't find the nerve, or don't find the faith, or don't find the cojones to invest in their business or to invest in them is because the mainspring of their thinking is reflected in the actions. It's not that I don't think I can get the loan from the bank. It's the fact that I don't wish to put in the effort to try to get the loan, or it's not the fact that I don't look for the additional resources outside that are within my grasp, because the mainspring of my energy says that even if I got it, it's not going to work for me. Come on, man. I see Vanico chiming into this conversation. I saw how the founder who discovered windshield wipers were getting in a ride, and the driver would not get out the car just to wipe the window. So that person had a thought, automatic windshield wipers. It's one thought. You are literally one thought away from your awakened I am. You are one thought away from the great I am, awakening your I am to walking in your wealthy place. It's not that you're light years away from your goals, or you're light years away from your dreams. It's that you are one thought away. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. You are one thought away from springing into action. The power of a thought can make you unsuccessful. The power of a thought can make you successful in the battle of life. And man, that's why I told you, my favorite book on the whole earth. I'm setting the foundation. I hadn't even gotten into the good stuff yet. Right now, I'm just setting the foundation. You're one thought away. And that's why we have an adversary that if I can keep you worried about your daily necessities, if I can keep you worried about how you going to eat, what you going to wear, what you going to drive, if I can keep your mind on those things, you do not have the ability to apply your mental energy. I told you a thought is currency. You don't have the energy to place in the areas where you can grow. In times of stress, there can be no growth. I'm breaking bread right now. I don't care what's going in times of stress. Your heart, I'm breaking bread right now. In times of stress, your parasympathetic nervous system is kicked in. Your body is in fight or flight. You cannot build when your body is in fight or flight stance. Your body is doing all it can to keep all the necessary organisms working properly for you to escape this battle. Have you ever seen like a parent see their kid about to fall and they spring into action to catch the kid and don't know how they reacted so fast? It's because their body went into parasympathetic nervous system mode, where they just reacted, and all the blood, all the energy was sent to those limbs of the body to catch that kid or to get that kid. Also, that says like when there's blockages in your heart, that your heart will create new pathways to be able to get blood and oxygen to all the vital organs of the body. Your heart will even create a new pathway. How, motivational teacher? Because it goes to fight. Your body goes to fight or flight, and it does all it can to survive. I'm breaking bread right now. So that you cannot build, baby, build when your body is in stress mode. So for some of us, that's the word for some of us right there. I gotta change, my energy. I cannot continue to worry about every little thing or try to dictate every little decision or try to guide my whole life. I can't worry about every little detail because I send my body into stress signals and my body is just only fighting in this area and I cannot build where my body is stressed. Stop worrying about I just wish the masses would get here. Oh, when they're coming, I don't control when the masses come. You don't control when you see the fruition of that thought. You only control the why and how you build and know that the great I am has something for your awakened I am that eyes have not seen. And that's why you hear stuff like this. We battle not against flesh and blood, but principalities and powers and wickedness in high places. What are you saying, motivational teacher? He's saying that you're worried about what your boss is saying or doing. You should not be concerned about what they're saying or doing. You should be concerned only about your reaction to it. I'm breaking bread right now. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, principalities and powers and wickedness in high places. Why, motivational teacher? Because your mind, it's the energy. As long as you're warring against flesh and blood, your energy is off center. And if your energy is off center, you're not in a place where you can build. And some of us have been wondering why it's not working because a lot of your own energy is going toward hating somebody that did something to you when you were a kid and you haven't forgiven them. And so, man, trust me on this. Your thoughts, it's amazing energy that's reflected to the earth. You cannot outperform your own thinking. I don't care if you and God walking in the cool of the garden. As long as your thinking is stinking, you can never outperform. You can pray and call fire from heaven and you'll find yourself sitting under the juniper tree. Why? Because your thinking is drawing manifestation to you. It's the power of one thought. It's the power of one thought. The same way as one thought can limit you, one thought can liberate you. That's tweetable right there. That's tweetable. The same way one thought can limit you, it's the opposite and reciprocal is true also, is that one thought can liberate you. You are one thought away from being a millionaire. You are one thought away from your kids being going to school debt free. You are one thought away from retiring on a beach somewhere. You are one thought away from being able to take care of the charity you want for the rest of your life. You are one thought away. If it can limit you, then it can liberate you. Boy, I just broke bread. Man, I can hang up this thing right now and go run around this room 7 times and watch the walls of Jericho or something just fall because I know for a fact that there's nothing that can stop me because my thinking will not allow barriers to keep me from getting where I want to go. Come on, Angelique. One thought can liberate you. The only reason we're bound is because we choose to be bound by our own what? Thinking. I don't care what other people say about me. Their thinking cannot liberate me, and their thinking cannot limit me. So I don't care what they thought. It's the power of my thought. Now you got to be careful who are around you because these people sow into your thinking. You got to be careful about who's around you. But man, I'm so far off my notes, and man, I'm so far off my notes that I'm on the second line. It is the power, thinking is the power which can make the loftiest achievement possible. It's all possible. But what energy, what currency are you working with? The only way you're bound if you believe you can be bound. The only way you believe that a demon is controlling me is if you allow yourself to be controlled. I haven't even gotten to your speaking, that there's so much that goes on before you speak that by the time you say it, it's already as it is. When God said, let there be light, and there was light, light was already, oh my God, I just broke bread. Light was already present. By the time he already had the thought, and when he spoke the thought, it became a living thing. My challenge to us is, what currency are we working with? There's a battle for your life right now. There's a battle for your destiny right now. And you're trying to fight with flesh and blood. And flesh and blood, well, the bank just won't give it to me. The bank is not your adversary. Well, I thought I had that big contract and I needed that big contract. That contract is not your savior. We put so much undue pressure on ourselves because of our own limiting thinking and limiting beliefs. Let me not go to beliefs yet. Boy, I got to stay on. I'm telling y'all, this stuff that I'm about to break over the next couple of weeks, it's going to be absolutely light. I want to go so fast because a lot of us put beliefs, we put thinking, we put speaking, and we put all of these things in the same bucket. But there are levels to these things that if I don't fix the thought, my emotions and my feelings will never be right. If I don't fix my emotions and my feelings, my speaking will never be right. And my life become a self-fulfilling prophecy of my own selfish self-preservation thinking. My life, and you'll see a lot of us are held prisoners of our own life by our thinking. Oh, well, my mama didn't give me that. You're a prisoner of your own life. You're holding yourself behind bars. You're choosing to, instead of the lay the bars down because his burden is light and his yoke is easy. Instead of laying the bars down, you continue to hold the bars in front of you, shake them, pick them up and shake them. And woe is me. And I'm telling you, it's your own thinking that has you behind bars. Whom the Son set free is truly free indeed. It was never meant for you to be bound in this season of your life with the information and knowledge that's made available to you. It was never meant for you to be that way right now. But I got to get us to the place where I see that my thinking, I love Joe Dispenza's definition. Thoughts are the language of the brain. Thoughts are the language of the brain. I love the brain is such a complex organism that the brain has conscious and subconscious. I'm not going to go into conscious and subconscious. I've done that before on a Motivational Monday. You got to go back and get it. But I do want to help lay this foundation that your brain is full of synapses. And there's always, you have 240,000 thoughts or thoughts that we have, or decisions, not thoughts. We have 240,000 decisions we make per week. Whether we make it knowingly or unknowingly, we're making almost 250,000 decisions a week just by living our natural lives. And our brain is so fearfully and wonderfully made. You know, it had to come from a mind of a creator. Come on, man. Your brain, like this, the doctors, neurosurgeons have not have not figured out the brain yet. Your brain is so complex that there are neurons, there are thoughts firing across synapses at a rate that which I think they said almost 10,000 per minute. Your synapses are firing in your brain, and some of that is autonomic for you to live, for your everyday, for your body to work properly. But a lot of those are thoughts and or situations, or I look and I'm looking at the door. If the glass break, I'm thinking of like what could cause it. And our mind is that complex that it's always working all the time. So it comes to say, so if thoughts are the language of the brain, it leads me to say, who can bridle them? If my brain has this much activity going on, whether I'm awake or whether I'm asleep, how do I manage the activity of my own brain. Come on, man. I am going to break bread tonight, and I'm going to help you in here tonight. So Joe Dispenza said that thoughts are the language of the brain. And one thing we know about the brain, and my favorite book says, for as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. When they say as a man thinketh in his heart, he's talking about that control panel. He's talking about the most important real estate in your life is the real estate between your two ears, because that from it comes the balance of your own life. Who can bridle? Who can control the thoughts that goes through my brain? I'm gonna break bread in a minute. Your body is in constant dialogue with your brain. Your body is so much under control of your brain that sometimes it can't tell if you have a thought whether it's real or whether it's just a thought. Have you ever been in a situation where you woke up from being asleep, and you whatever, you watched the show before you went to bed, somebody got killed, and you're in the middle, and you wake up and you're in a sweat, and your heart is racing? Your body could not tell the difference whether you were having a thought or whether you were having a real experience upon this earth, a traumatic experience physically in your own life. Your body knew not the difference. Your mind is in so much control. And I could say it like this, like your body is your subconscious mind. I'm breaking bread right now. Your body is a reflection of everything that's working in your brain. Motivational teacher, I just don't know what I've been thinking. Your body, your manifest, the energy that comes to you is the energy that's being projected out of you. I'm breaking bread right now. My thoughts are pure, but I just ain't getting where I want to go. It's because your thoughts are not pure. You're saying one thing out your mouth, and you're believing, and you're thinking. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to say believe. And you're thinking something completely different. I'm going somewhere, and I won't. It's so natural for us to link thoughts and belief together. Two whole different things. Two completely different things. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. How do I know what I'm thinking? How am I? How am I? Do I believe enough? I want to say that again. Do I think enough about who the great I am in my life for me to stretch myself outside of my comfort zone? Do I think enough that when someone says that something's impossible in my life, do I think enough to say, man, maybe it's impossible to you, but my thoughts are pure. And I know the great I am has awakened my I am to be able, I might be the next Facebook. It's a possibility. I might be the next Microsoft. I might be the next Amazon. I might be the next Tyler Perry. I don't know, but my thoughts are pure concerning me. What are your thoughts concerning you? Some of us don't invest in ourselves because we don't see ourselves as being investable. I just broke bread right there. I don't even know if investable is a word. Some of us do not invest in ourselves because we don't see ourselves as worthy of the investment. We'll rather sit there and allow somebody to pay us $8 an hour, $9 an hour, $25 an hour than to say, I got to take a chance on me because my thoughts toward me are not pure. I just broke bread right there. So some of us wonder why I can't have a positive relationship, or I don't have friends around me that really appreciate me. For some of us, because we don't appreciate ourselves, and that energy is being reflected in the earth. That's why I say it's not that we should not be going from job to job or from relationship to relationship to try to find ourselves, because they only find what I project. And no matter whether I get John or Terry, or I get Mary and Martha, no matter which way you go, you end up in the same situation. Why? Because your thoughts are projecting your energy to these individuals, and you attract the same people. I just can't find a good man. Why? Because you don't believe your thoughts are not pure toward you being a good woman. I'm looking for I can't find Boaz. Why? Because you're not Ruth. Your thoughts pertain to you are not pure. Come on, man. I believe I can fly. I can believe I can do all those things. But you say those things with your mouth, but your heart are far from those things. And you can never outperform what you think. Forget what you say. Forget what you believe. You can never outperform what you think. Thought, okay, you ready? Thought is the genesis for whatever manifestation you want out of your life. Thought is the genesis of your life. If you want to change anything in your life, it first has to start with a thought. If you want to change how people perceive you, how people project to you, you got to change what you perceive about yourself. You got to change. I got to change. I got an email. They said they don't like. I should quote more scripture. I should use less scripture. But you know what? I can't change who I am. And so I'm comfortable in my own skin. I believe in personal and personal and spiritual and emotional and physical growth and development. But at the core of who I am, I can't change that. And I'm okay with me being me. And I get it. I'm not going to be right for everybody, nor do I try to be right for everybody. I love the thoughts that I have toward me. I'm the apple of God's eye. Come on, man. When he made me, he broke the mold. You can't pride always come before the fall. Some of us need to start speaking more highly of ourselves. We need to start encouraging ourselves. Speak over yourself. Encourage yourself. Don't need no hype man, no amen corner. Encourage yourself. That's why you see me go to collaborate. This is good to me. That's just who I am. And some of us need to take time to celebrate us. Your thoughts are the language of your brain. And the challenge with our thoughts being the language of our brains, that our past have embossed images on our brain. My future is me living out of my imagination. Humans are only taught history. Humans are not taught future. You go, my son right now, I got one in the 7th grade, one in the 3rd grade. They learn all about American history. They're taught how to go back and make assumptions and beliefs based on the past, but they're never taught how to look into the future and create what you can be or create what you want to see. Come on, man. These schools are making our kids average, or building them to become average, because we're looking at history and saying, man, what can you make of what did happen? And our brain is somewhat like school. When we encounter a situation, we like to look to the past for a future solution. And I'm challenging you to start thinking of future solutions, not attached to your history, but attached to your imagination and who the great I am is through your awakened I am. Man, I'm with you, Angelique. That's a whole word. That's a whole word in itself. We've been taught to look back. Come on, man. Make America great again. We've been taught to look back and say, during this time frame, America was great. But the greatness of America is not where she's been. The greatness is where she's going. But we've been trained to say, we've been trained to look at our lot in life. And they tell you stuff like, go to the school where you can afford, or go to the school that's in your own neighborhood. And what they're saying is, hey, stay around average people and never look to progress your own mind into what can be in the future. I'm breaking bread right now. And that's why it's hard for people to sit here and listen to me, because so many people have been taught to look at their past. They hear what I'm saying and they say, man, I made so many mistakes in my past. I should be all the way over here in my future. But because of my mistakes, I'm right here where I am today. They don't even know how to listen to motivation. This motivation that I'm giving is not about your past. It's about where you're going. I don't care what. You could have lied. You could have shot 4 people. You could have robbed 4 banks. That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about today. But what I'm telling you, that in your future, you're more than a conqueror. You still today can be somebody's husband or somebody's wife. I'm telling you today that you still can be a millionaire. I'm telling you today that you still can own your own business. I'm telling you today that you still can't impact this world. But I should have started this 5 years ago. People don't even know how to listen to inspiration without looking back over their past, like they teach us in these history books, and to say what would have been if I had to change some things 10 years ago, instead of saying today, I move forward. I put my hands to the plow. I don't look back. I press toward the mark of the high caller, forgetting those things that are behind me. I press. We've been programmed to think about what was. It frustrates me when I see, and that's the correct word. It frustrates me to see so many people with so much talent, with so much ability, with so much value and potential to give to the earth, that allow it to lie dormant because what happened 5 years ago, what happened 10 years ago, what I didn't get. You drop this whole worldly behavior thought process. Start thinking differently today. Stop sending, I gotta lean toward my intuition. Your intuition will make you a liar and a thief. Your intuition will make you miss out on the best thing that could have ever happened to you, because you're living out of what happened in the past and not what could happen in the future. Well, motivational teacher, God gave us this special gift. Okay. The gift is your imagination of what can be. Your gift is that you possess the ability to change your energy, your currency, your thinking in order to project something different. It frustrates me, man. And that's why I'm doing these things, because it frustrates me, because they told me I was average. They told me that I was supposed to go to prison. They told me I was supposed to be a drug dealer. They told me I was supposed to have babies in this house, 4 or 5 babies all over the county. They told me that's what I was supposed to be. It frustrates me because so many people listen to what they say about them instead of them believing that there's more currency, there's a greater thought toward my own existence than what they even see. But because we've been programmed from first grade to look to the past, we've been programmed since first grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, and now even in the 8th grade. We still so stuck back in American history. Like, we don't even talk about the Zuckerbergs in history now. We don't even talk about the Obamas in history now. We don't even talk about the Bill Gates in history classes even today in the modern day high school. We're still talking about the Indians, and we're still talking about, what all happened with all that stuff back there. I'm telling you, the energy has to shift. The energy has to shift. They only want, man, I'm telling you right now, man, I ain't gonna front. Like, it could be one of my blind spots. I live life with a chip on my shoulder. I live life, I hate to say it, I live life like, man, like I play angry. Like, I got somewhere I got to be. I got something I got to get. And I got something I got to teach and show this world. I have very little time for information and knowledge that does not move me forward and makes me look backwards. I know what happened in the past. There's a book called The Sum of Us. If you African American, you want to know, go read The Sum of Us. That's looking back. We know what the problem is in the past, but nobody has the thought process for the future. They do not have it for the future. I'm so far off where I'm so supposed to be, but I'm so passionate about the potential, my belief in people. I'm so passionate about the thoughts that I have in people and their prosperity and their success. And even some of what we taught in the church is rooted in fear and unbelief, doubt and unbelief. Even some of that stuff is not even good for us. I'm not going to even go into it because that's a whole nother Motivational Monday for weeks to come. We got to start changing the dialogue between my brain and my body. Your body is a willing dirt suit vessel. Your body is so amiable. Your body is so amiable. Trust me on this, man. Your body, it just goes with what is leading the day. I'm telling you right now, whether your spirit, whether the thinking, let me say it this way. Let me not get ahead of myself. Whether I'm allowing the part of me that identifies with the great I am to guide my thinking, or whether I'm allowing this part of me that identifies with the dirt suit, my soul, to drive my thinking. My body is a willing participant no matter which way I go. I just broke bread. All your body is a willing participant in whatever your thinking is. Man, that's simple right there. That's so simple that my 8-year-old could come down here and break that bread back over again. I gotta bridle this body. Your body is a willing participant for what activity is going on in your brain. Simple, huh? I just can't stop smoking. Your body is just a willing participant of what's going on in your brain. I just can't get over the hump. Your body is a willing participant of what's going over your brain. I'm the motivational teacher to the masses. My body is a willing participant to whatever I tell it. Your body, come on, man. This dirt suit really, really doesn't have any control over the decisions you make. Where I'm drawn away from my own lust. Where your lust? In your own mind. In your own mind. Every deficiency, everything in your life you want to change is a reflection of your own thinking. Whether they're your original thoughts or whether somebody fed those thoughts to you, but once you accept them as true, they automatically become your thoughts, your results. As long as Angelique believes something different about me, it does not affect me until I believe what Angelique believes about me. And now I accept that thought as my own. And now my body is ready and willing to do whatever that thought is in my life. Angelique chimed into this conversation. The body is willing when you will your thoughts in the right direction. Your body is ready. Your body is subject to your mind, to your spirit. That's all, man. Oh, can I break bread? Oh, can I do this? I don't. Should I go this deep at 42 minutes into this Motivational Monday? He said, let us make man in our image and our likeness. And he reached down in the dirt and pulled and made a suit. And that suit had no life in it until he blew a spirit in it. What is a spirit? Your mind, your will, your emotions, your thinkers, and your choosers. That dirt suit had no power until he blew the breath of life into it. The same way your body has no authority over your life until you blow that same breath into it, and your body has no other power but to obey your own thoughts. Even your body is so programmed that your subconscious mind, without you even knowingly controlling your body, your subconscious mind can. How do you think you don't go to the bathroom at night and pee in the bed every night, or you don't have accidents overnight? Why? Because your body is so willing that your subconscious mind can control it. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Your body, oh my goodness. Well, I just don't know if I got the stamina. You know why you don't have the stamina? Because your thinking won't give you the stamina. Come on, man. You have to train your thought. I have these conversations with my 2 young men upstairs. I said, son, the moment you allow someone to take away your thinking is the moment you give your life to that individual. If you're not thinking for yourself and on your own, that person is leading you like a horse. And son, you are more than a horse. You are more than a dog. So use your own thinking as it relates to what your body does, because you're more than the only difference between you and that cow or that dog or that horse is your ability to think. If a person don't think, they can be led just like a pig, just like a cow, like any animal upon this earth. This body is a willing participant to whomever controls the mind. Well, this man made me do things I didn't know I could do. How? He controlled your mind. We're like sheep led astray. I think the book said we're like sheep led astray when the only thing that makes us is our ability to think. Never allow anyone to neutralize your thinking. And sometimes that's what organized religion tries to do. It tries to limit your own think. You believe what I believe. You think like I think. We come together and we all think and believe the same way. And there's no new ideas, there's no ingenuity, there's nothing new coming from that. Why? Because we're all being told how to think, what to do, what to say, how not to be different, fit in, wear this dress, look like this on first Sunday, we all wear white. Why? Why we all wear white on first Sunday? Because a person told us to do it. Man, you better take your power back. Come on, Vaniqua. You better own up and start thinking for yourself. And that's what the motivational teacher to the masses. I'm not trying to tell you who to be. That's why I said, awaken your I am. That's why man, when I was young and didn't know no better, I would give you 3 steps to awaken your I am. The same 3 that work for me, but me and you are both different. So now the motivational teacher get on here and I just tell the truth. You better take your power back. The moment somebody takes your ability to think, is the moment you're no better than an animal. Your body is in constant dialogue with your brain, the command center. Anything that happens to you is filtered through your brain, and your body just executes the commands it receives from the brain. So, are all black at funerals? Just why? Why? Why I can't? Hey, wear white to mine. Everybody come wearing white. Come wearing pastels. I don't care. Because why do we do these things? Because that's what they told us we supposed to do. There's no thought. There's no process. We just do it because we were told to do it. And we'll never outperform those thoughts. Why? Because, and even for some of us parents, we sometimes put our limited beliefs on our kids because we couldn't do it. And we encourage them not to think outside the box because I don't want them to dream too big. They'll get disappointed. Come on, man. The disappointment is thinking too small. You'll never be disappointed in thinking too big. The disappointment is always thinking too small. You look back when they did deathbed research. When most people look back over their life, they regretted the things they did not do. I should have taken more chances. I should have did this. I should have loved more. I should have spent more time. Oh, on deathbed research, they asked all these people that were dying in this nursing home these questions, and everything went back to what they should have done. Don't ever limit your children's thinking because of what process or what thinking you had. Allow them to shoot for the moon and give them give them whatever resources at your disposal to make it. All right, last thought. Anything that happens to you is filtered through your brain, and your body just executes the command it receives from the brain. That's a deep thought. That's a deep thought. And this is going to be, I got about 6 minutes. This is going to be a deep thought. That last comment, let me read this right here. Angelique chimed into this conversation. We fold to the suggestion of our environment instead of using the power of our own thoughts to create a different life. That's why it's dangerous to put everybody that has broken thinking, busted discussive thinking, put them all in one set of projects, because now you just create more people with the same thought process and nobody ever be out. And I think that's part of the process. I don't want your project mind itself over here near me and my family. So let me build your own stuff over here to keep you away from my stuff. And I think that's the process and the mindset behind projects. Look at me. I love Good Times. Like Good Times projected that all together. You never saw Michael, JJ, Thelma with middle class people. They were always right next door to Bologna. They were always right there with Booger. They were always right there with people that fit. Even Alderman Davis, his only role was to keep them where they were, so he can keep that vote. It's the process. And if we don't learn how to use our own thought process, we don't learn how to use our own brains, we're gonna be products of the system. Like we're gonna be statistics. They write statistics of the system. Angelique, you sent me on a different thought. Let me get back to this last one. Anything that happens to you is filtered through your brain, and your body just executes the commands it receives from the brain. And that leads me to the thought process of doing versus being. See, I think sometimes in organized religion, they teach us how to do, but they don't teach us how to be. I think sometimes we're even on our jobs, or even some mentors, they teach us how to do, but they don't teach us how to be. And see, when I become a thing, it radiates from my mind, and I'm going somewhere, and I am not gonna get ahead of myself next week. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. It goes from my mind to my beliefs, from my thinking to my beliefs to my speaking to then manifestation on the outside. But as long as I can keep you doing, you'll never be. And if you don't be, you'll never have everything the great I am is meant for you to have. That's why I always say it starts. Listen to Awaken Your I Am. Everything starts and it stops with you being, not with what you're doing. You can go 120% in your life. I can tell you right now, my mama can vouch for this. There's nobody looking at me right now could work harder than my granddaddy. My granddaddy had calluses. You shake his hand, your hand will bleed. He had calluses up and down his hand. There's nobody that can work harder than my granddaddy. But my granddaddy was doing, and my granddaddy was successful for the 30s and 40s. He did all he could do. He worked as hard as he can, and his results say doing. I'm challenging you to be. If you become it, there is no devil, no person, no nothing on this earth can stop you from having it if you be it. But the moment I try to do it, and I'm looking for, that's why I'm gonna tell y'all this, because y'all the Camo Nation. Like my wife and I, we do the Ritz-Carlton, we do all the fancy stuff, we do all that stuff, but we don't show that stuff because you'll never follow us because of what we do. You follow us because of who we be. I know that ain't correct, grandma, mama, but it fits so well right there. And I love the fact you get on like social media and you see all these stars with no talent, that all these housewives and all these are new reality shows that have no talent, and they always want you to follow what they do. They go rent houses, they go rent cars, they go find houses that don't belong to them, and they go into deep debt because they're trying to portray this lifestyle that's not real, because they want you to look at their do and say, man, look at their do, I can do, but I'm challenging you to go deep beyond the surface and you become it. And don't look at the do, you be it. Because the moment you become the motivational teacher to the masses, you don't need 50,000 eyes to validate who you are, because you become it. And it's radiated from the inside out. I don't have to go rent no Bentley to cement this Motivational Monday. I don't have to go get a mansion over in Wind Lakes in order to validate this word that I'm giving today. I'm saying if you become it, if you be it, all these other things will be added unto you. But the moment you become a do person, it kills your own personal thinking and your connection to the great I am, to awaken your I am. Look at the heroes of faith in chapter 11, Hebrews chapter 11. All of those were be people that ended up doing. They will be first. I'm going to show you, I want you to lead. I'm going to show you a place. You're going to be the father of many nations. How can I leave? Because I'm becoming that person during the process. And when Abraham left, he wasn't the father of many nations when he left, but in that process, he became the father of many nations. I'm breaking bread right now. If he wanted to be a person that just doing versus works, then he could have been a work person and barely not been the father of number 2 kids. But because he became the father of many nations during the process, he was able to eat the good of the land. And all of that, first of all, has to start. Remember, your body is only carrying out commands It came from the dirt. It's going back to the dirt. Your body carries out commands that it receives from the energy which flows from your own brain. Ladies and gentlemen, I just broke bread. Doing can never get you where you want to be. The awakened I am, the great I am, awakens our I am to be. Well said, Angelique. Hey, Virginia. Hey, Mom. He awakens our I am to be, not to do. The moment you become it, you put the time, process, effort, the proper thinking for a period of time, and we're going to get through all of these. Then you can have and eat the good of the land. Until that moment, man, just don't give up the fight. Stay in the fight. I'm telling you, the only thing that is real is what you generate in your mind. The only thing that's real on this earth, your present condition, is not even real in your own life. I know, motivational teacher. I know what it is. And see, oh my God, it's a whole nother one. Like, we look at our present condition. Our present condition is a reflection of our past behaviors. Oh, I'm going ahead of myself. And our past thinking. This present condition right now today doesn't even represent where I am in my thinking right now, because it takes years for me to get what I'm thinking now. Now, let me read before I see even me, I mess it up. It may take years, it may take months, it may take days for me to attract what I'm thinking right now. So don't judge yourself by where you are right now. It's a reflection of your old wineskin. Oh, that's a bread breaking moment. Somebody right there, man. Oh, that's a bread breaking moment. It's a reflection of your old wineskin. So don't look at where you are now and judge yourself based on your thinking at this present moment. It takes time to attract the stuff attached to the new way of thinking. So you smile. It don't look good right now, but I'm smiling because I got a new way of thinking. If I can get these thoughts to attract, think them long enough. Oh, I want to get ahead of myself so bad. I'm not going to do it. If I can think these thoughts long enough, I can attract a new harvest. This is a bread breaking moment right here. Come on, Virginia. You just broke bread. That's a bread breaking moment right there. I don't even know how I can stop right there. I'm telling you, I'm my own hype man. That stuff was good right there. Oh my goodness. I can run right now. I'll hype all I need is one eye. I can hype man. I'm telling you right now. Come on, man. I know your body don't always feel 100%, but I smile because that's a reflection of my old thinking. I know that the doctor said I got diabetes, but that diabetes is thinking from 15 and 20 years ago of doing some of the things that you shouldn't have been doing. But now I got a new 15, 20 years. I got to put the time in. I can reverse sugar diabetes. I can reverse it. This body is just a willing participant. You want to know how you heal cancer? This body will manifest whatever's in this mind. I'm breaking bread right now. Let me get on. I'm telling y'all right now, I missed y'all the last 2 weeks. And this bread breaking moment, y'all can tell, hey, like my boy John, that I've been on Patmos, that when I go, man, it gives me a good chance just to gain clarity, to get new thoughts. I did 100 episodes of Awaken Your I Am. I need to go up on the mountain so I can get some new material. I need to go up on the mountain so I could take one thought and we could make it clear and plain so the people get it and run with it. I ain't got 3 steps. I'm not simplifying. I cannot simplify life to 3 steps anymore. All I know is one: allow the great I am to awaken your I am to become whatever it is that he chooses for you to be. Whatever your goals and your dreams are in life, let's get to living. I'm your boy. Thank y'all for chiming into this. Before I get off here, thank y'all for chiming into this Motivational Monday. Y'all have been phenomenal. Thank you, Angelique. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm so pumped up. I'm so excited. I don't even know how I'm going to bed right now, because a lot of these nuggets that were just brought out, or a lot of these crumbs, I'm going to call them crumbs. A lot of these crumbs from this bread that was just broken, man, is stuff I got real time. So I don't even know how I'm going to bed. I'm going to have to go re-listen to this myself. I'm telling y'all right now, you are one thought away from changing your own life. And until next time, I am challenging you to wage war on mediocrity. Your boy is out.
It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war, wage a war, wage a war, wage a war against mediocrity. It ain't no friend to me. Wage a war.